What is up, everybody? My name is Sonia, and I've got a non-TMNT unboxing for you, and I hope you're cool with that. I've got something kind of weird here, kind of off that not a lot of people are really into, but I think it's neat. I just think it's neat. It is the Motu Master of the Universe cross Transformers Starscream cross Scareglow action figure. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with this line. So it says Starscream Armor Scareglow. So it's not like they even really transform. It's like they're wearing the armor of the Transformers and the Decepticons, but it's... Or they've been like kind of fused, maybe? Like, I guess it's more like they've been kind of fused, like we saw with the Turtles of Grayskull stuff. That's weird that it says armor. They do not transform. This is a joint venture between Mattel and Hasbro. And I kind of giggled to myself, kind of thinking that Hasbro's like, we'll give you the Transformers license, but we're not going to give you the secret sauce on how to make them transform. That is ours. But, I'm not a big G1 fan. Beast Wars was my Transformers, like, for my generation. So I'm not really into, like, the old school lore and stuff, but I do love Starscream. I love Starscream. I love, like, a sniveling little, like, minion that wants to be more very manipulative. I like basically I like Starscream's vibe. I saw him from across the toy aisle and I like his vibe. I play him in my Dr. Eggman Commander deck in Magic the Gathering. He's just a really fun character that that thinks he is way more than he is and is constantly trying to like rise above his status in like the most devious and underhanded way possible that always bites him in the ass. And there's something fun about a character like that. I do like the packaging. You've got like the classic Starscream on one side and Scareglow on the other. I do love Scareglow. I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures. If you know way back in my old apartment, we did a whole mutant mashup month of TMNT reviews of different crossovers. We did Ghostbusters, we did Trolls, we did WWE, and we did the Universal Monster Turtles. Not the new ones from NECA, the old ones. The old ones from Playmates. And all those glow-in-the-dark, and they're all just so cool. They're so neat. So anytime a really cool Scareglow comes out, I'm kind of compelled to buy it. Just it's really cool. And Scareglow, it has a interesting, just like kind of aura around it. It was Scareglow is one of the most expensive. I cannot talk today. I'm excited to open this. It's one of the more expensive old school Motu figures, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was one of those that was a mail away or just not produced a whole lot because of the glow-in-the-dark gimmick, but it's often one of the more pricey figures in those older lines. I mean, heck, even when they did WWE cross Motu, and they did, like, it was in, like, the Master Scale, like the classic, like, 4-inch, very bulky Master Scale, like the Undertaker Scareglow is, I think, still one of the more expensive figures of that, and I think part of that's to do with the Scareglow aura. I don't know how to highlight the packaging. I think that's really cool. It's like the Transformers, but also the Motu. You actually have like the Snake Mountain, but like all in like that sort of Tron grid. I know it's not Tron. It would be... I can't think of the name of the Transformers planet. I will think about it halfway through the video probably, and I will scream it, and it will have a good laugh. If not, just let me know in the comments. Again, I'm a Beast Wars girl. But I do love the awesome art on the back here. That's what the thing I've been loving about like these Motu mashups. We saw it a lot with the Turtles of Grayskull, and we see it here. The awesome just art of the Scareglow Skeletor mashup. And I'm going to read it like I did all of the Turtles of Grayskull. With the power of the treacherous Starscream at his disposal, Scareglow was all too happy to help Skeletor in his latest scheme. In due time, he would usurp the power of Grayskull from Subternia. So I love that, like, he's, like, wearing the armor and he's, like, getting the, like, the traitorous impulses of Starscream. Not Starscream, Skeletor, Scare, a lot of S's. Alright, so we're going to bust this thing open. I got this on clearance, thanks to my awesome donors on Ko-fi. Link is in the description below. Yeah, this whole line has just been peg warming since it started, and I think a lot of this has to do with this figure. Put your guesses in the comments about how much this figure costs. This figure right here. Oh wait, while I'm opening up, you go put your Guesses in the comments of how much this thing cost originally. Let's see, I don't want to mess up the box. The box is pretty cool. Oh, we just messed up the box. Never mind. All right. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, $33, $32.99 for this figure. $33 for basically a barely deluxe figure, where like a normal, like Masterverse would have been like $20. So I don't know what they're thinking. Again, this was $10. I picked it for $10 because people do not want to pay $33 for effectively just a slightly nicer base figure. But this is really cool. I didn't know they did this. They have the old, like stat cards, like even with like the little clip outs, from like the old figures. You'd see these on G.I. Joes and TMNTs and like everything. Any of the quote unquote boys' toys would have like these little stat cards that you would clip out and get here. Oh, this is kind of dark and cool. I don't know when in the timeline this falls. But it's listed as Starscream armor. It has all the stats, which don't matter. I'm more of a lore girl. So Megatron's last recorded memory of Starscream was his remains. So it's only fitting that the ghost of Skeletor wield the unpredictable power of the Decepticon Air Commander. Perhaps the most dangerous armor, it only has one mode. Destroy. That's pretty cool. That's a really cute little... It's cute, and I love that it's on the side flap, so you don't actually have to destroy this awesome box art. The tape actually did that for me. Probably because it's been sitting for 3+ months on a store shelf. The tape got a little extra sticky here, so let's pop this figure out. Oh, it has a little book! I didn't expect it to have a book! Oh, look at this synthwave background. I love it. So it has a little comic, actually. Okay. It's got a comic, and then the basic instructions that all of these come with now, which is just shows you which pieces are removable. So you can kind of mix and match if you want to. But oh my god, there's actually a full-on little mini comic. I had no idea. That's so fun. That is so fun. This is probably like part 3 of however many parts, because if you remember again, I'm going to talk about Turtles of Grayskull a lot. I honestly missed that line because it was so fun and so creative. But yeah, every new wave of these like deluxe size figures, which were $25 by the way. The Turtles of Grayskull figures of like this size were $25 in like this kind of box. This is $33. I can't shut up about the insane price hike on these figures. So this is most likely part 2 or 3 of a god knows how many part comic. But it's kind of cool. It's cool it's in there. And let's get Scareglow, ooh, cape. So there he is in his plastic prison. I didn't even notice that he's got a cape, which makes sense. Scareglow does have a cape here. That's all there. Okay. Let's see here. We're just going to rip and tear today because I have been doing a lot of cleaning around the house with my girlfriend, not just me. And I have misplaced all of my things to get things out of plastic prisons, but it's all right. I can muscle this through here. There we go. Honestly, I forgot. It's been a long time since I've opened a figure with you guys. Is this the first figure we've done this year? It cannot be the first figure. No, it's not. No, Banjo and Kazooie are up there. We've done a few other figures this year. This is not the first figure I've done this year. Oh, that's helpful. It just pops right off there with the pegs. So yeah, let's get a good look at this boy here. So we get all of the twist ties up and away and on something so the cats do not accidentally eat them, because that is a huge thing that's important. We do not talk about enough in collector circles. You need to make sure all of the little extra little twist ties and pieces are up off the table, off the floor, so your pets and small children do not choke on them. So yeah, the cape just plugs in. It is the normal kind of like vinyl that's supposed to look cloth. The cape just plugs in the back like so many other accessories do here. But I'm actually going to take it off right now just to kind of show you the articulation. But there is Scareglow Skeletor. There he is. The paint job's pretty nice, honestly. There's not a whole lot of... there's a little bit of bleed. There's a little bleed on like the forearm gauntlet. And there definitely is some bleed from like the glow paint. It's not the best paint job, and especially for $33, it's not the kind of paint job I'd be wanting, but it was the best paint job that they had of the 3 to 4 available. But he's got the normal kind of articulation here. He's got nice neck, arms. Does this pop? Okay, it's stiff, but it will up. Maybe that's popping out, not up. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, it popped out. It does go up. It's just very stiff. So let's actually plug that back in. If I can. God, you guys love watching me struggle, don't you? You must, because you're here every time I do something like this. I might have to go back in properly. That's fun. So that's just going to be loose now forever? Maybe. Mayhaps. Come on. Okay, so do that. God, aren't you glad you come to me, the dorky girl that doesn't know a damn thing about what she's doing, for your reviews of toys that nobody else seems to want to buy or look at? Okay, there we go. Okay, so it does go up and down, but not a lot. Like, this is the most range of motion you're getting out of this arm, which is not amazing. Again, I'm gonna stop quoting the price. You know how much this thing cost. So yeah, very limited on this. Like, not being able to get up to here is not great. There is... these are stiff. These are very almost NECA-like stiffness on these joints. They are crazy stiff. Absolutely crazy stiff on these. We do get a torso swivel, not a crunch, no ab crunch, but with a robot, I don't expect it to be that flexible. But then again, the legs are really mobile and flexible, which is nice. You've got a little bit of a foot there. It's more of a ratchet. There's not much of a in-between. Will he stand without the cape? Okay, he does stand without the cape. So let's plug the cape in here. Pop that on. And he does have the accessories. He's got like the guns for Starscream, but they also are like axes, which I believe... Oh, yes. That's awesome. Okay, that's cool. Does he even talk about these? I didn't even talk about like these being like a play feature, but yes. Yeah, keep in mind, this is a the $33 figure. I swear I'm gonna stop saying how much it costs at some point. There are no extra hands, there are no extra heads or anything. You get like the two. Can I even get this on here? There we go. Maybe? You get the 1 to 2, you get like 2 accessories kind of with this. So you've got, if you can please just hold your damn staff, please. Yeah, so he's got like the sort of the double-bladed, which does look pretty damn cool. Like the double-bladed axe, which is awesome. And he's got the crown. He's got the crown of leadership, or whatever it's called. The Skeletor crown from when Skeletor tried to become king of the Decepticons. And get that. It does not want to go on. Oh my god, what is this? It just sits right on top of here, right? I mean, going $10 may be too much for this in terms of build quality. So there, he's got his crown on, which is awesome. The crown really is what made me want to buy this more than anything. So I love any Skeletor, not Skeletor, good lord. This is Scareglow, who's the ghost of Skeletor, and the Starscream is the crown. Too many S's, too confusing. So he's got his double-bladed staff there, or you can... Oh, get your leg down there, buddy. Get your leg down. Or you can pop it back apart, and you can actually plug it in here. And they do have the Decepticon logo, which is very nice. The little Decepticon logo on both sides, actually. I love that it's on both sides. The paint's on both sides. It's one of the few extra positives I will give this overly inflated price figure. Yeah, so then you can have the blasters there. It's interesting. It's a cool enough figure. Definitely, I would not say worth the... If you're a huge Scareglow or Starscream fan, it's absolutely worth the price. It's a pretty cool, pretty neat little figure. Honestly, I would have loved for some extra hands. Just give me some closed fist hands. Honestly, like there's not really a reason to be charging all this much for the limited articulation, which I get is through, and because of the extra bulky pieces here, they can't really do a whole lot for like really nice movement. But it feels like, and I don't know if it's a Mattel or a Hasbro decision to put these at $33. And oh my god, if you want to get really messed up, take a shot every time I say $33. You will not have made it this far in the video. If you go back and watch again, I guarantee you. But it's good. It's a solid enough figure. There's definitely some flaws in it. I mean, especially the fact that, like, the only glow parts on here, and I will do I will put up a short for how this glows later on in the week. But the only glowing parts of this figure are the face, these forearms here, and, like, the torso here. Like, through here. The legs don't glow, the hands don't glow, these don't glow, even though they all look like they should. It's only, like, this sort of milky, translucent plastic that glows. And I think that even, like, its big gimmick of being part Scareglow, it kind of fails at that, too. It's not the best figure. It's cool, it's going to look great on a shelf, and I am happy to have it. Especially getting it for $10. But, like, especially going from Turtles of Grayskull, where you had a lot of cool stuff. You had extra hands. You had all the extra accessories and things. The extra weapons. To something like this, where it's just like, it feels like they did the bare minimum, and they're charging you more for it. And again, I don't know why this is so much more expensive, whether it's due to inflation or due to the tariffs, or, you know, all the other excuses they like to use. But honestly, I think that toy companies and a lot of collectible companies are just trying to see how much they can get out of us right now. And unfortunately, I think it's pushing people out of the hobby. And that sucks. It really does suck. I think this is a really cool concept for a figure. I just think the execution, they kind of stumbled a bit at the finish line. Like, the cape looks nice. The accessories we get are really cool. But just overall as a package, if this were $20 or even $25, I would not be as critical. When you charge more for something, and whether that's Mattel or Hasbro or NECA or Jakks Pacific or Playmates or whoever, when you start charging more for a figure than you did for like a previous line, we're going to scrutinize more. We're going to expect more because we're paying more. And especially in this day and age, you got to give us more bang for our buck, or we're going to find other lines, or we're going to do like I did, and we're going to wait until this is $10 and pick it up on the cheap, which I think you might still be able to do, honestly. I think I've still seen these floating around various Targets, so who knows? You might be able to still find one of these super cheap. And if you do, it's not a bad pickup, but it's just, I don't hate this figure. I don't want you to think I hate this figure. I don't hate the figure. It's just, I kind of hate what the figure represents, which is the shrinkflation of just capitalist society right now. They're giving us less, and they're charging us more. We're getting less than we used to for more than we used to pay to get more. It's just, it's a pain in the butt, and it sucks, and I think we're all feeling it as collectors. And genuinely, I did not expect to be on my little soapbox today, but these videos take us in a weird and kind of fun place sometimes. Anyway, I don't want to end on a down note. This thing is pretty sick, and I actually think I am going to display him. I mean, not pretty sick. It could be way sicker, but I think I definitely am going to display him with the axe. With, like, the double-bladed Darth Maul kind of axe. That's definitely going to be my preferred way to display him, because that looks pretty dang badass. But yeah, it's like an overall figure. He's fine, but he ain't really worth the price. He's not bad, but he's not great. He just, in a way, he's kind of like Starscream. He's very enjoyable, but he's not the best. He's never going to reach that top level. And it's absolutely not intentional for them to do it that way, but it does kind of represent Starscream kind of as a whole, and that is, in a way, kind of fun. So guys, if you enjoy what I do here, I'm not always this angry. If this is your first video of mine, I'm not always this critical. It's just kind of something that's been on my mind for a while. I mean, the whole reason I had to open up a crowdfunder was because it's getting harder and harder for me to be able to afford fun things to talk about and open on the channel. And that sucks. It sucks. But again, I'm not always this dour. I'm usually pretty bright and fun and cheerful. It just something in the air today just kind of got to me. And hey, I promise you this. Next time, we're going to open some TMNT stuff, and it's going to be a lot more fun. And I hope you guys will join me when I do. If you guys like what I do here, you know how to do the YouTube stuff. You like, you share, you comment, you subscribe, you hit that bell notification. Maybe it's down here, maybe it's up here. I don't know where they put things. But I do know that the link to my Ko-fi, if you want to donate, is going to be down there. And I really hope you guys have a great day, and will join me on my next video. Bye!